Yes, we got Dum Dum on deck. We're gonna give Dum Dum a moment of our time. Okay? Let's all right. Let's see what she got for us. All right, let's see what she got for us. Okay. Let's see what Dum Dum got to say. All right, let's see what Dum Dum got to say. All right. You know, we wait on the dumb, we wait on the dumb shit. Yeah, we do. We wait on the dumb shit. All right, we wait on it. We like, yeah, we want some genuine dumb shit. We don't want the fake dumb shit. We want the real dumb shit. Y'all feel me? Can you dig it? Tiffany can dig it. All right. So without further ado, all right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Who may be doing something wrong, or may be, expressing a characteristic that they should really look at. If you're somebody's friend, if you care about somebody when you're in a relationship with them, whether it just be a friend or somebody you just met, a bum, it doesn't matter who it is, you should always have compassion in your heart to extend to the person who you've came across, because the Most High has sent you to them for a reason. It wasn't for no reason that you guys crossed paths. It's all for a reason. It's all for divine timing. And every day I tell myself and I remind myself that no matter what you've been through, no matter how you felt in the process, no matter if you hurt the person or someone else in the process of what you went through, it is for a reason. It is for a reason. Sometimes we may not have the answers, but we have a calling. Just because you don't have the answers doesn't mean that you're going to go through life experiences. Doesn't mean that you're going to come towards or be faced with obstacles or adversity to build your character, because it was all in the making for you as well. Everything that comes into your life is for you in a sense, but we must have discernment in whether to know if we should keep that in our lives or not, because you could become stagnated. You could become somebody that could continue to be in a situation that no longer would grant your growth, no longer grant you the opportunity to be in a healthy environment, or to put yourself in a healthy environment. Now, at the end of the day, we must all want a certain thing for ourselves. We all must have standards. We all must have morals and principles when it comes to what we want in life. Because if you go around not having standards for yourself or for nobody that come into your life, then you're going to get exactly what they're going to give you. Whether that be lying, manipulating, happiness, love, excitement, joy, it doesn't matter. Now, what you allow in your life is on you. It's on you. Now, I know personally from an experience through carbonation that there are many levels to discernment. There are many different levels to understanding what it is that you're going through. And sometimes being in the seat and looking from your perspective can warp what everybody else is seeing looking in. Your discernment could be warped at that point because you're not consciously watching yourself going through it. Other people are watching you go through it, and other people have been through what you've been through. They see the pattern. People, and I'm talking about real people in life. Real women have been through manipulation. Real women have been through physical abuse, mental abuse, rape, whatever it is. They've been through it, and they know. Okay, let me slow down, because I want to make sure that everybody understand where I'm coming from. A lot of people may not know my situation that I came from Carbonation. So here's the deal, right? The first question that everybody asks me is, what made you go to Carbonation? Yo, I was always on a spiritual journey. And let me tell you, you're on a spiritual journey too, and you don't probably even know it. Or many of you may. We are all on a spiritual journey. I'm not telling you something that you should know. As far as like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm telling you from my experience. I'm telling you what I went through. This is wisdom that I have gained. And when I say wisdom, I went to Carbonation as a little girl and came out a woman. That's the type of situation I've been through. You feel me? So, the reason why I went to Carbonation was because I couldn't understand church at the time. Christianity. I couldn't understand all of the spiritual things that people were talking about. So, on top of that, I always felt like the black sheep in a way. Like the young lady who was like always into something else, trying to figure out something else that children my age wouldn't figure out. So that led me around older people. I was always around older people. And through being around older people, I never was with my age group. I just weren't. I was mentally ahead of my generation. You know what I'm saying? I was mentally ahead of the people that I grew up around. So, I'm in nature. I love to be in nature and stuff like this at the time. And I just remember I had this solitude period to myself, and I asked the universe or the Most High to give me something in order for me to grow, because at this point I felt very stagnated. I felt very stagnated in my life. I was 19, and then I went off to college, and I wanted to be an agriculturist, and that's what I wanted to do in my life. But I was still in this trying to find this spiritual thing that I was missing as well. So, you know how we be on Instagram and Facebook and all of that, right? You look at spiritual stuff. You see the spiritual things that people are going through. You see what the spiritual things that people are getting into. So one day, Nature Boy's videos just pop up on my Facebook. And at one point, I'm just looking at it, watching it, but I didn't really pay attention to all of the people. I didn't pay attention to behavioral patterns. I didn't sit down and take the time to watch every single video to understand or to get an understanding of what I was going through. Yes, this is the mindset that people have when they go to Carbonation. Because immediately because I didn't look at that, was because of the fact that I was looking and listening to what he was saying. And that's what captivated me. What he was saying. The knowledge that was coming out of his mouth. And at that point, at that time, when I first had found him, I felt like he was more pure than what he is now. Not to say that he might have been tainted or trying to find the person that he could pursue his agenda or envision with. Maybe that was the case. But I felt like he was more realer, just more pure. He had little things that was going on, but he was like onto something. You see what I'm saying? He had a good idea. And when I went to Carbonation, you have to have certain standards about yourself in order to get in Carbonation. Like, you know, you had to do a certain thing, and you had to be representing of those certain things. Otherwise, you would be called out of tune. You see what I'm saying? And then they would tell you that you would have to leave. Or it would get to the point where people would see that they don't fit in because they can't, like, do some of the certain things, or they didn't agree with some of the things that Nature Boy would do and say. Like, I know a lot of the men, they have problems with their women, the wives that they have. They have a lot of problems between men and women there. And this is why you see women go back and forth, and Nature Boy would like to justify it and say that the women are getting to know themselves. Absolutely not. What was the difference between me and them? Why wasn't I passed around from here to there to there to there to both between the same two people? When I left OMAC at that time, I was over there. You see what I'm saying? In no shape or form would he have ever let me sleep with another man or be with another man in that instance. So what's different from them ladies? And I was feeling bad for them because I'm like, damn, y'all don't want to sit down? Like, y'all don't want to. And that was a problem for me because I didn't like that shit. And I always told him about what I felt. Yeah, I have gotten into polygamous relationships with him with all of those women in Carbonation. Maybe a few no, but majority of them, yeah. Because I wanted to appeal to something that I didn't agree with, because in a sense he was making me feel loved. I don't know if y'all remember at one point in time in our relationship, all on social media, he made numerous of videos of me asking if he really loved me, asking him if this was for real. And he would sit there and say, yes, can't you tell I love you? And he would say, look at all the people. All the people are saying that, you see what I'm saying, that I love you. And this is how he, like, made it a thing for me to believe in, to make me feel comfortable, to make me feel like, you know what I'm saying? And another one of his manipulation tactics through that period, if you ever try to, like, go against what he's saying, he'll be like, well, you knew what I was getting into before this and that. You knew I was polygamous. Yeah, I knew that you were polygamous, but the way that you do polygamy is wrong as fuck. And you need to go sit down somewhere, and so do those women, because that is not healthy at all. I don't care who in their right mind think that any woman in a righteous place or a conscious place should not know who her baby father is okay. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm throwing shots, and I'm sorry if you feel like I'm exposing you or whatever the case may be, but that shit ain't right. And I wasn't having it. I wasn't about to sit there and continue to let women come in my life just to watch him fuck. Let me tell you something, ladies. That's in Carbonation. He only wants to have sex with you. He does not. Come on, Ellie. Excuse me, real quick. He only wants to have sex with you. He doesn't want a long living life with you and make sure that, you know, he's giving you the proper love that you need. He's not there for that. He's there to use you as something to show the world, to get this recognition that his ego wants. This is not something real that you would want to find in a man. This is not what this is. And I've been through it, because at one point in time, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this long term, and I'm like, okay, I could try to see myself doing this for the rest of my life. And this is what my mind was. But little did I know, and did I soon to find out, was that I was only being used to do what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to do what he wanted me to do. Whether that's be in a polygamous relationship, whether that's express only his mind. This is what I found out through the process. So every woman over there in Carbonation, you need to think twice about your situation. Aya, he treats you like shit, baby girl. Like shit. And you should never let nobody treat you like that. You're the one wanting to be his next chiefess, right? So if you're going to be his next chiefess, why is he treating you the way that he's treating you? You shouldn't accept nothing from no man that will make you feel less worthy of what you actually are. Don't let him treat you like that. Don't let him say that he loves you in front of the world and then disregard you in front of the same people and act like people don't see that. But you're the one wanting to implement him into your life so much that he can like you. You want him to like you, and he's never going to like you because he doesn't care about you, honey. He cares about what you can do for him. And as long as you can give him the strings to your soul, to your mind, then he can utilize you in whatever way he wants to. And you're going to be subjected to that. Right? Same thing goes for you. Just because it feels good doesn't mean that it's good for you. Just because you can sit there and fuck somebody doesn't mean that it serves you. You shouldn't only be in a relationship with somebody that you just want to have sex with. You should also be in a relationship with them because you love them and you want to see them do better in life. Because you want to enhance them. But please, know the person you're getting involved with, because you can't go around here helping everybody. You can't, especially a woman. And I could speak on a whole bunch of other shit. I just had direct messages to them and every other sister who's over there trying to be Nature Boy's wife. I want you to honestly think about what he's doing. Honestly. He has all of these wives for what? Is he managing his time correctly with you? Is he showing you love and affection that he's so-called tried to portray online to do with me? Is he creating that space for you? No. He's embarrassing and humiliating everybody on camera. Everybody. He waits for a next moment that you fuck up so that he can put it online. So that he can create content and make views off of Carbonation. When you guys should strictly be about knowledge. You should be leading a people somewhere. But where you're leading them is down to destruction, because when I was there, I never really said nothing like out loud. I addressed Nature Boy one time when I was there about making sexual jokes all the time. And his defense was, this is me. This is who I am. And if you don't like it, you can't change me, so you either get with the program. It's either my way or the highway, is what he told me. And so I'm like, okay. I started thinking about Eliana, y'all, and I lost my whole train of thought. I swear. Because that shit is touchy for me. That shit is really touchy for me, man. It's really touchy for me. I just started thinking about Eliana. Oh my gosh. I just started thinking about Eliana. Look. Over time, every woman that's out there, every time he's gonna make you feel like this is for the women. He's gonna make it seem like he cares about you. But in the end, he doesn't. And it's not cool. You should actually look at your situation that you're in and really feel it. And I know that your whole the voice that speaks to you is completely gone. Not even completely, because it's there and you get signs, but you ignore it. Because I did. I ignored those signs. And this is why I kept getting more angrier and more angrier and more angrier was because I was fighting what was true inside of me. I was fighting my own intuition. Nature Boy doesn't respect women. He doesn't respect intuition. He doesn't respect femininity. He only wants to use it to his purpose and to his agenda, which is not serving for neither the woman or himself. This is not how you should be treating women. This is not how you should be exploiting your life online. You shouldn't be on camera telling everybody how good your woman's vagina is. That's disgusting. No one wants to sit there and listen to that. That's actually degrading. Why would you want men to even think about your woman in that way? If you're leading a nation, you're leading a nation. You shouldn't be talking about pussy online. Did anybody ever hear any type of conscious, aware, prophet who ever touched the planet, face of this earth? Are they known for sexual activity? No, they're not known for that. They're known for like enlightenment, bitch. Enlightenment. That's it. Not sexuality. So when you have to put yourself out there sexually like that, that just says everything about who you are. Literally. What's wrong, baby? Hold on for a second, guys.
Always remember that that nigga was talking all that sex and fucking and penis and ass shit, and that's what attracted you to him. That's what you liked about him. But now she's actually trying to complain. Yeah. Now she's trying to complain about it. It's a little comical, but yeah, I didn't expect that much.
You want some milk? Hold on, let me give you the other one. Look, let me tell y'all something. If your relationship that you're in is only passion but not purpose driven, then that's not a good relationship for you. If you're in a relationship where your relationship is passionate but it's not purpose driven, then you shouldn't be in that relationship. And I know that Grandmaster Chief has everybody thinking that there is purpose to carbonation, but there's not. Because you can't sit around taking knowledge that we've all accumulated thus far on the face of this earth, but not to squash any of our sisters or brothers with it, but to extend it and try to build off of it to create more in the world of what we want to see. Then you're doing nothing with your life. That's what you're supposed to be doing, not going against the very thing that you said that you're going to do. That's very contradictive, and people see that and people know that. But to all of the young souls out there who are drawn to carbonation, you have to understand that you don't know a lot about spirituality and the knowledge that Nature Boy teaches over there. You don't know a lot about it, because at the end of the day, you would know certain things. You would have a certain type of wisdom. You would carry yourself a whole different type of way if you knew these things about the knowledge that he so-called teaches. I learned a lot after coming from over there, and what I seen was, I thought that I knew everything. And he tells people that when you come to carbonation, this is the highest frequency that you can vibrate on, and you are the smartest person in the world. No. There's so much more than to running into a jungle of a foreign country that you know nothing about, where you don't even know the lingo, trying to create another group of people in a foreign place. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm missing something here. He would try to use the tropics and the ley lines and all.
I hope Nature Boy keeps that live up because he's going ape shit. Yeah, he's going in. He's going in.
I advise everybody to do their research. I advise everybody to understand, and that's going to be separate videos from now. It really is, because let me tell you something. I learned a lot, honey. And when I tell you I learned a lot, that means that I did my fucking research. It's more to life. It's more to life than that. You're not serving your sole purpose over there living out someone else's mind. That's all you're doing over there. You know, it is to the point where we would have meetings about expression. I can't feel it. I don't literally. It was never really truly directed like I don't express myself. But it has come out in certain ways. And his thing is, well, I teach everybody how to express themselves. Why isn't anyone expressing themselves? It's called reverse psychology. That's reverse psychology. When you feel a certain way and then someone comes behind you and say, well, I teach you how to do that. I promote you to do that. It's called reverse psychology, because right when they got you under their thumb, they tell you something and you follow along with it, and then they suppress you at the same time. But you gotta see that shit. You gotta see it. But look, every time I expressed or started expressing myself, he would get mad. This is why I had started throwing hands at the end. This is why I started punching. I had to get out of there, because it would have turned into me fighting the women. You feel me? Because, bruh, I want y'all to know something. The type of person I am is not the type of person that I was over there at Carbonation. Like, it wasn't. I was not the same person. Like, literally. And it confuses me. But you know what I figured out today? Somebody said, all relationships serve a purpose. And you may step back from a relationship and say, how in the fuck did I get in that relationship? But guess what? It was because of the Most High. Because the Most High needed you to go through that experience so that you can have the wisdom that you have when you got out. So that you can serve your life purpose with the information that you have gathered from that experience that the Most High put you through. The Most High will use us. We are vessels for ideas to flow through, for information to flow through. We are being utilized by the source that governs us. The reason why we're alive, the reason why we speak and eat, the reason why we are helping each other, the people who are wise and who are helping other people, we are being used for good things and for bad things. But you have to understand which one it is that you want to do and commit to that. And Nature Boy is committed. But you should never want to see nobody go down that road. I didn't. That's why I stayed and tried to be like, look, I don't like this. I tried so many different things. I tried so many different things to help our situation, and nothing worked, y'all. Nothing. He would tell me, you're my wife. You're supposed to have my mind. You're supposed to please me. You're a helpmate. And you know what's funny is because all of the stuff that he says, it's some real shit. If I want y'all to think about something. He says some real shit, but he's using it in the wrong way. Absolutely. I'm like, if I was with a man, I'm supposed to be his wife. I'm supposed to have his mind. I'm supposed to understand him. I'm supposed to please him, but not ever against my own acknowledgement. Not ever against my own child. Not ever against my sister and my brother that sits and sleeps right and eats right next to me and share the very same threshold that I do. Never. It's never supposed to go against you. It's always supposed to be in your favor. You are never supposed to be stressed out. And everybody who isn't in a relationship with Nature Boy intimately, I want you to look at your surroundings. I want you to really ask yourself what it is that you're doing. Literally, all you do in Carbonation is listen to Nature Boy talk for hours on end. Hours. Nigga be trying to stay up and everything. We've literally trained ourselves to stay awake so that he can finish talking. Otherwise, he'll say, what? Are you finished learning? Are you finished learning? How are you gonna go to sleep on me? How are you gonna go to sleep on a guru, on the Messiah? I'm your master teacher. You're not supposed to go to sleep on me. Give me 25 push-ups. And then you get down and give him 25 push-ups amongst many other times. If you didn't put a video up, think about this. If you did, and I'm talking to the people in Carbonation, you don't put one of his videos up, and then he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why didn't you put the video up? You sit around here, you don't do nothing all day, and you can't even put a video up? And he scolds you like you're a child. Like you don't mean anything but the greatness of his agenda. That's no way to live, men. You're not you're not even a man. If you allow another man to squash you in a way, not only that, men, why would in the world would you ever let any other man sleep with your wife? That is what the Most High covenant between you and that woman. You and that woman. Why would you ever let anybody come between that? Why would you let somebody manipulate you and tell you that those women are his lollipops, and that they're all gonna automatically be in love with you anyway because you're enlightened and you have all of this knowledge? Do you know that any other person who has been on the face of this earth who has had knowledge never abused any women through the process, and never abused men either? Not to even sleep. I don't even hear stories of any ancient prophet that has touched the face of this earth that was, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Men, you have, and not only that, you allow him to send those women from you to them, to you, to them, to you, to them, to you. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. Like, and it's funny because he tells us his whole thing at the same time. Like, people say, you know, Nature Boy says online, like, you know me. You know me. I'm surprised you came because you should have known what you were getting into. And I'm like, he's right. You should know what you're getting into. You should sit down and read and watch all the videos so that you could really understand, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you're getting into. But let's get into the nitty-gritty. If y'all have questions, I will answer them. But let me tell you something. This is a topic that I want to address. Serenity, Willow, Fury, whatever the fuck her name is, Stephanie. I feel for you. I really do. I really feel you. And I just wish that it would have been something different. You see what I'm saying? What I found out is that every woman that goes to Carbonation, they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. Then it turns into them wanting to please Nature Boy, because that's what all of the focus is. The focus is always on Nature Boy. He's the chief. He's the Messiah. He's the one. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about praising him and doing what he wants you to do so that you can get the recognition and the compliment from him to validate yourself, to make yourself feel good, to make you feel like you did something with yourself. And I had that mindset at one point in time. You know, I felt like I had to do good things to get recognition from him. Otherwise, I would be looked at in a certain way. I would be, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? And I never like to feel like that. But no one should ever want to make you feel like that, and no one should ever make you feel like that, because then that means that person does not serve you. That means that you should actually get out of that relationship and be with somebody that just loves you for you. You see? And so Serenity was his wife at one point in time, you know, in the beginning. And then she got out of a relationship with him. and then she went to another one, and then she went back, and then she got into another one, and she wound up leaving Carbonation twice. You see what I'm saying? And so her whole thing was to be with him. But Nature Boy doesn't like Serenity like that. Serenity, he doesn't like you like that. So this is why you guys never worked out. Any woman, and I'm just saying, this is my personal opinion, any woman over there in Carbonation who has a husband really doesn't want to be with the man that they're with. Serenity really didn't want to be with Rambo like that. You know, when women get pregnant, this is what puts everything into a different perspective for them. And you know, those women try to make themselves think that it's gonna work because, you know, that's what Chief said to do. You know, like, you know, Chief suggested that I be with you, so I will just be with you. Or it'll be in the process where, you know, they'll actually choose to be with that person, and then they'll be like, nah, I don't want to be with this person. And Chief is like, well, I think you should, because this is what he does. He matches people. He matches couples. You know, he would tell you that you made the decision yourself. And yeah, you really did make the decision yourself. But when someone's behind what you would naturally think on your own and try to manipulate that, then you shouldn't let that person intervene or mediate your relationship. Hello. So Serenity really didn't want to be with Rambo. It wasn't until she got pregnant and was trying to work it out. Eventually, between her and Rambo, you know, they was in so many different, and this is not even my relationship to speak on, but I went through it, you know. So you know, she was just going through a whole bunch of stuff, and eventually she decided to leave. For what reason? I don't even really know her reason to this day. I honestly think that she didn't want to really leave in the first place, you know, but she was thinking about Zen, and maybe she didn't want, you know, who knows what happened in that process. But Serenity, you know, when I got with Nature Boy, every woman was shunned out because of the so-called energy that me and him had. And I want y'all to understand something. I'm a certain type of woman. Like, I didn't know myself back then, but now I know myself. So I have certain things about me that I won't allow people to do. So Nature Boy knew that he had a task on his hands with me. He knew that he had to give me a certain type of loving. He had to create a certain type of situation for me to feel, for my energy to feel as comfortable as it was to stay that long. Because if he had treated me any other way prior to him slowly letting his guard up, to really letting me know what he's doing, so I see, then I would have been out of there. You know what I'm saying? I would have been out of there before this day. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of it all, she was threatened by that energy. So she backed out. And she was like, I can't be your wife. You know, he was like, fine, I don't like you anyway. Basically, in so many words. And Serenity was very hurt about that. Obviously, she made a video. She was crying in the video saying how she was supposed to be his wife. Then, come to find out, she actually got in contact with my cousin and had a conversation with my cousin about how she was supposed to be his chiefess, how she was supposed to run the women. And I just want y'all to understand something. There should never be, you know, like, Nature Boy wants to find this perfect woman that's going to submit to him and be his counterpart into the evil shit that he's doing to people and to the world. And he wants that woman to be a mother in their home. He wants that woman to run the other women, like, you do this, you do that, like, bitch, like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that never was in me like that. I'm not there to run another woman. I'm there to co-create with another woman. I'm there to be, you know what I'm saying? Not to be with them sexually, but because people would ask me, like, are you bisexual? This and that. Let me tell y'all something. I have had encounters with women, but I do not like women like that. I wouldn't choose to spend the rest of my life with a woman. I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman. I don't want to have sex with a woman. And that's just my own personal views. But at the end of the day, no one is going to force me to do anything. You see, no one's going to force me to do anything. So, you know, Serenity, you know, she was pushed out.
So basically, you don't want to be in a relationship with a woman, but you still will fuck a woman. Is what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Basically, fuck a woman. You follow me? I get it. I get it. I get it.
Then when I see her going back because of the conversation that she had with my cousin, I'm like, why would she be going back? And I could only think the only reason why she would want to go back is to see how it is there without me, because I came before her. She came after me. So she may want to feel how it's going to be. Who knows why she's going back, but it's not good. It's not good. And obviously she never left Carbonation, because ain't no way in the world you look that sick. Like, Serenity looks sick, Sunny looks sick, True looks sick, Sheba's starting to look sick, Caliber looks sick, Aya looks sick, Ra looks very sick. It's just crazy. Like, and everybody starts to look a different way over time, because everybody's different. Some people are more, I don't know what to say honestly about that, but even I looked sick. Like, I looked sick, and I was not liking that. Like, I couldn't. Like, Sunny, you know what, it's striking in my heart, y'all. It's just coming out of me. Sunny had came to the door. I briefly seen this. Sunny came to the door, and she said that she had threw up, and Nature Boy told her that she was gonna be okay, like, as if he wasn't gonna, like, get her a midwife. 5 months pregnant, you're supposed to check on the baby, you're supposed to check on the, you know what I'm saying? Told her that she's gonna be all right, and that broke my heart, because she doesn't look well to me. And I just personally feel like they all should be, you shouldn't want to go to the doctor exactly when they have the baby. You should want to take them to, you know what I'm saying, to get that help, until you at least get somebody who knows how to do that in your home, so that that person can be okay. Because if any, pregnancy is not a joke. If any of these women fall malnutritious and their organs start to shut down because they're not eating enough, or they're not sleeping enough, or they're not in a good environment while they're pregnant, and their organs shut down and they die because of that, Nature Boy, you're fucked. Like, you can't come back from an autopsy of someone who says organ failure, and they died because of organ failure when they didn't have organ complications anywhere in their life prior to that. You see, you want to talk about covering your ass, but what are you covering? Like, let's really sit there and think about that. You're not covering anything. And I just think that it's crazy, because why would anybody leave their child? Like, you know, like, I couldn't leave Eliana. Bitch, you got me all the way bent. Like, that child came into your life for a reason. Came into your life for a purpose. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would you ever leave that? That's your, when a child portals through you, it's your responsibility. It is on you. The universe sent that through you. And if you abandon it and you try to go find something else, or throw that child off on somebody else, that's karma. That's karma for you. That's not good. That's not something good, because that's your responsibility. If it was someone else's responsibility, the baby would have came out of them. We are teaching these children. They are, you know, they are the little souls that we have to guide in this world now. You can't just leave your kids. So anybody over there who has left their children, I really want you to understand what your children going through right now. Like, I'm sure that they think about you. I'm sure that they're like, where the fuck have you gone? And then when you come to your realizations of what actually happened, you're gonna regret all of the time that you lost taking care of them. Nature Boy wants to tell people that Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of attachments. Let go of what doesn't allow you to enter the kingdom of God. But let's talk about the kingdom of God. Like, it's called righteousness. But you don't know what righteousness is because you obviously live in a world of evil. You live in hell. Like, you really do. Because in no way, if you represented righteousness, you would be exploiting women like you do. You would be mistreating them. You would mistreat yourself in the process. You would humiliate the guys. You would strip them from their manhood and then call them all type of weak bitches in so many words, but then try to cover it up and make them feel a part of your group to keep them in this mental loop. That's not cool. In no way, form, or fashion. So, you know, honestly, and I'ma just be real. Like, if I hope Serenity does leave the baby with Rambo. I hope that she does, because baby Zen doesn't need to be over there. He doesn't need to be a part of that. He doesn't need to see that growing up. He just should. I wish that Rambo keep him. You see? And for real, I can't tell a grown woman what to do. I can't tell a grown man what to do. But at the end of the day, Serenity, I hope you come quick to your senses and really, I hope you see my video. And I hope that you really think about what it is that I'm saying. Me and Serenity used to have talks about the weird shit that Nature Boy used to do, and literally have to recenter our mind back into his paradigm, because we were coming off like, oh shit, this is fucked up. And then we were like, yeah, it's that bad. I've had conversations with Aya about the fucked up shit that goes on in Carbonation, and then we have to recenter our mind to his thinking so that we could coexist with him. I've had talks with Ra about how I feel, and she agreed. But then we would talk ourselves right back into his oblivion. I've had conversations with Joy, the one who left, the infamous Joy, the one who left, and the one who came back and is mad as fuck at her own self because she's back. Cognitive dissonance for real. You know, so it's just a lot, you know, that it's anybody who's thinking about going to Carbonation, anybody who wants to go to Carbonation or in Carbonation, it's not good. It's not good for you. It's not. And I'm saying that because I'm experienced with it. I've left, and once I came back to my senses and came back to everything, I felt really bad for the people that I hurt it in the process. And I still to this day apologize to everybody who I've hurt in the process. Everybody. And I just feel like shit about it. But I have to keep moving. I have to keep pushing on, because at the end of the my story is my story. What I went through is my testimony. But I'm a woman now. I gotta keep going. So, it's so much more to life than running the jungle of a foreign country that you know nothing about, and still really, you know, isn't really like on with that. You know, it's so much more knowledge that I could say right now. I just want to keep it at this right now, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that I could say about knowledge, if you really want to know about knowledge. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to disclose that part of myself yet, because not yet. At the end of the day, there's so much more to life than to be manipulated. There's so much more to life than to, you know, live in someone else's world that stagnates your personality, stagnates you from truly expressing yourself, squashes you in the process. You see, and, you know, you can give me the moon, the stars, the mountains, the sky, a picnic, whatever you want to call it. But if I have evil, if what in return from that shiny, pretty life is in return evil, bitterness, animosity, and hatred, and sexual deviancy, and all of this extra stuff, I don't want it. I would rather be at my wit's end, than to ever participate in something that destroys humanity. I hope y'all hear me. Peace.
All right. We got to go to part 2. Nature Boy is pissed in the motherfucker.
Say something negative between the hearts. Say something negative between the hearts. You see how they work? Bitch, nigga, you won't say nothing now because you want to get blocked because you want to run over here. You want to watch me.
Nature Boy is on fire. This nigga is blocking everybody.
Yeah. Oh, you put purple hearts in the building? Block. Fuck out of here, bitch.
Oh.
That up, remember? I made the name down up, nigga. Y'all remember the source of that power is, dog, and they using my power, nigga.
Oh my God. He's pissed.
Why not? You got popcorn in the building? Yeah. Block. Fuck out of here. You got some red hearts in the building? Block. That's cute. Put red hearts if you want. You laughing? Fuck is funny, bitch, nigga. Yeah, huh? This shit like a video game. We play the video game too, nigga. How about that? Alright, so look. Listen. No purple hearts, nigga. I made up that purple heart shit. Remember when my daughter was getting her ear pierced? I said, baby, what heart she get? You get purple hearts, you get black hearts, you get, I want orange hearts, I want purple. Nigga, that's me, nigga. Fuck is y'all niggas doing riding my dick? Even my haters using my shit. Put ones in the building, yo.
Goddamn. Come on, y'all. We gotta switch over. Let's switch over. We gotta see this shit. It's getting epic. Part